Okay, all right, so this is Rebecca Nash. It's 7:01 and I call the meeting to order. Ellen, are you all set with the roll call?
Everybody but Barbara, right?
Yep.
Yep. All right, I'm going to mute myself now.
Okay, sounds good, thanks. And any citizen comments? Well, no, but I just want to thank John for handling last month's meeting while I couldn't be here, so thank you for that. And related to that, if I could get a motion to approve the minutes of last meeting, January 25th.
So moved.
Second.
Was that John and then Carol seconded? Okay. All right. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I'm going to abstain because I wasn't here, just my preference. So and then Gail, any correspondence?
Yes, this afternoon in the mail, I received a copy of the winter spring ACLB newsletter. I realize that you can't see it. They give a report on the online virtual sessions at the annual conference. And I think what I'll do is scan it and email it out to everyone. It's only 3 pages, so that's the best way to get it to you. I'll put that in the email tomorrow.
Awesome, thank you.
And that's it.
Great. And Carol, treasurer's report, please.
Okay, the treasurer's report's in the packet. Nothing unusual. There's not a huge amount of money coming and going at this time, as there hasn't been. Balance is $24,074 and 62 cents. Nothing unusual to note. Any questions?
I'm guessing that means no questions, so thank you very much. And, or actually, was there a question? No, okay, all right. Thanks, Carol. And okay, Gail, director's report, please.
Okay. Strategic plan, and strategic plan was developed last year. Who would have thought the library would be totally upended due to a pandemic that would keep residents from visiting the library and using it as we had hoped. Our buildings were closed to the public for 14 weeks. And when we reopened at the end of June, new protocols were put in place to discourage patrons from spending time in the building. Building capacity was reduced, all in-house programs were canceled, computer usage was limited, and staff interactions with patrons were scaled back. Libraries are resilient and have had to continually change and adapt in order to stay relevant, and this was no different. Our library did what it had to do to serve our residents. Our strategic plan listed the following 3 goals with a series of objectives to meet them. Develop creative ways to meet community needs, collaborate with town and regional organizations, and marketing to increase community awareness of library services. One of the most difficult things for residents was not having access to a computer while we were closed. We were able to find a way to provide the access by checking out a laptop for patrons to use on the patio at Bill Library using the library's wireless. We also promoted the availability of wireless from our parking lot at both libraries and saw several residents make use of it. We provided a way for patrons to get a library card online so they would be able to check out digital resources while we were closed. We found a way to get seeds to patrons who wanted them by mailing them out. We initially provided curbside service to residents before the library reopened to the public, which gave residents the ability to borrow materials. We continue to offer curbside to patrons who do not feel comfortable coming inside. While residents were happy to have the library open, the usage is less than it was pre-pandemic. Sundays were a day when students came in to study or spend time in the library. Since we wanted to discourage long-term visits, we decided not to open Sunday, but instead open Thursday morning at Bill from 9 to 1. Residents expect the library to be open that day, and the usage has justified being open. We've averaged about 26 visits in 4 hours on Thursdays since it began. The need to improve the facility was considered with a request in the capital improvement plan for funds to do a feasibility study in 2024. We continue to promote the availability of more resources through the consortium. It was featured in the Legend Events magazine. When in-house programming couldn't be done, the library moved to virtual programs. Programming has expanded to include teams with grab and go activities, a teen advisory board, and virtual volunteer activities. To date, Stacy has prepared over 1,200 grab and go bags for both children and teens. I will say they're very popular and disappear within a day or two of her putting them out. So she's continually resupplying the grab and go for patrons. Under collaboration, we've collaborated with town and local organizations for programming. The Thames River Valley chapter of Trout Unlimited has worked with us on fishing programs, and the Legend Conservation Commission worked with us to inform the community about hiking trails and to lead hikes. We used the library's 3D printer to make items that supported the mask makers at the beginning of the pandemic. We continue to work with the schools to provide early literacy programs, including the 1,000 books before kindergarten, virtual story times, and other activities for preschoolers. Under marketing, we have established a procedure and timeline for promoting library programs and activities with press releases and social media posts. Staff, friends, and commission members have been encouraged to like and share library posts. We've not completed all of the action items of the plan, but we are working through them and making progress. Under library news, I'm pleased to report that Stacy Burt applied for and received a grant for $500 to support the literacy program on Take Your Child to the Library Day, or rather, Take the Library to Your Child Day, because of the pandemic. The funds were used to purchase 40 kits, which included a polo animal, fiber-filled stuffing to bring the animal to life, a birth certificate, and a wishing star. Stacy held a virtual program where participants were instructed on how to stuff the animal and included stories and other activities. Under state report analysis, Maria Bernier from the State Library has created a report of statistical trends in Connecticut libraries, which I included with my report. She points out that nearly all measures fell in fiscal year 20 due to the pandemic, and our library was no exception. The per capita use measures for hours open, library visits, and program attendance fell over 20% for us in each category, while circulation fell 12%. However, the circulation of electronic items jumped 31% for our library and represented 26% of our total circulation. For library income per capita, we fall below the state at $33.87 in municipal income to a state average of $50 per capita. Our net income per capita, which includes funds from the Library Commission budget and the Friends, is $36.40 to a state average of $58. Roughly 9% of our operating budget is for materials, with electronic resources at about 42% of the materials cost. In fiscal year 2020, we received less municipal funding than the previous year, most likely due to staff layoffs and the closure of the buildings. We also fall below the state average of municipal revenue going to the library at 0.8% to the state average of 1.14%. As I mentioned earlier, our library did what was necessary to provide service during the shutdown and after reopening. Our 55 virtual programs through June 30th had 1,346 views with 510 attendees. Note, the views indicate the number of times someone watched a virtual activity after the event happened. We provided reference services by phone or email, established online library card registration, provided curbside service, and waived all fines. From June 3rd to June 30th, 176 users accessed the curbside service. And under building news, the heating system is up and running at the library. We've had a little bit of growing pains getting it adjusted, but as of now, it seems to be working okay. Coming back from vacation, things today felt very comfortable in the building. And that's kind of great.
Wow, Gail, I have to say, first of all, it was a great report, but also it was just, I mean, the amount of stuff you accomplished on the strategic plan is great. And it was such a sort of a reminder of how far we came since the start of the pandemic, even just the number of things you had to do to make it all work. So I just wanted to say, thank you and congratulations. So it's impressive.
The team effort.
I'll second that.
Yeah, so any other questions or comments for Gail?
Oh, great job, Gail.
This is Beth. I was looking at the statistics, and I also was amazed of all the things that you all got accomplished this year. So congratulations on that. The other thing was the comparisons of in the state that you gave us with the state trends was kind of enlightening as well, and how much how the library compares to the rest of the state. The things that caught me was the cost of electronic things, how high things have gone, and percentage of the circulation that is used now. Electronic things, amazing. And unfortunately, also noticed the percentage of the town income that goes to the libraries. So we're behind you. I'm behind you, trying to do anything to raise that.
Thank you. always nice
I-
to know that we're not alone when you see the trends happening throughout the state.
Yeah, absolutely. And it makes sense, especially the electronic, that struck me as well. But with, books seem not to I always forget what it's called, but whatever it is that gets the books from other libraries to our library, that's, obviously slowed down. So I think people have just sort of jumped to the electronic ones, which is why it's sort of unfortunate that they're so expensive. But
Well, the trend in them have been going up little by little each year, but I think the pandemic caused it to really jump
Mm.
last year.
yeah, no, that was interesting. Any other questions, comments? Okay, I'll move on to committee reports. John, do you have anything from the Friends?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, the Friends is having their buy one, get one free sale. I posted it on Facebook on Friday, got 28 likes, which is good, because the more likes that go on the page, the more it gets dispersed. I put it up again today, late in the, middle of the afternoon. I don't know how much play that's gotten today, and I plan on doing another post late in the day on Thursday, so that on Friday, people can go to Bill to get their sale books. So go
That's
on
great.
Facebook and like the post so that it gets distributed.
So, John, is it on your personal Facebook page, or is there a Friends Facebook page?
No, I put it on the forum,
Oh, okay.
your community resources, it's called now.
Okay, yeah. I was just, the reason that I was asking, because I wanted to see if I could find it to like it and share it and things like that, and I wasn't sure if.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're friends on Facebook or not, so that's why I was asking. But so if it's on the forum, I'll probably, unfortunately, never find it in that.
Well, I can
In
send
there.
it to you, but the way that the form is set up, we can't share that post. I can just copy your art and send it to everybody. Because I see it on the forum. It's got like 17 likes and 1 comment from today. So
Yeah.
I can just copy the it looks like BOGO sale, book sale. It looks nice. I can copy it and we can all share it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is it on the library Facebook page?
Well,
I
there is a
really-
link on the library page as well.
Right. So we can link to that.
Oh, yeah, that
individually.
makes sense.
but not
Okay,
the
thank
flyer.
you. Sounds good. Anything else from the Friends?
No, that's all we're doing at the moment.
Yeah, well, that's still impressive. So, so thank you for that. Gail, do we have any old business?
The only thing I'll mention under old business is I go before the Finance Committee on March 11th, which is before our next meeting. And I just suggest if any of you would like to email them any comments about the statistics in the library trend, it might be good to point things out to them, particularly the financial information.
Would you recommend sending that to the whole town council or just the finance committee, or?
You could do the whole council, you could do the finance, either one.
Do they have a finance committee broken out email, or?
I
know.
think it probably goes to everyone unless you did it to the individual members.
Okay.
It does.
Okay. But that's okay still to send it to everyone?
I think so. What do you think, Mary?
I was gonna say, send it to Roxanne and she'll send it out to everyone.
Okay. All right, any new business?
Nothing that I'm aware of that needs attention.
Wow, this is like so far really quick. Does anyone have anything else that they want incorporated into the meeting before I make a motion to adjourn?
This is
Okay,
the quickest meeting ever. Wow.
yeah. And it's funny, the report was very long, so I wasn't sure that was going to be the case, but okay. Can I have, does anyone want to make a motion to adjourn in a second, if I can get that?
Or second,
And who was the first?
Carol, I guess.
Oh, okay, so Carol moved and who seconded? Or I'll second. And all right, so with that, the meeting is adjourned at 7:21. A reminder, our next meeting is March 15th at 7 o'clock on our lovely Zoom. It'll be a full year. Isn't that fun? No, yeah. But
And that goes back to the third Monday. So it'll be a quick time in between.
oh yeah, that always catches me off guard because it does seem to like be here sooner than I expect. So thank you for that heads up. But other than that, it's good to see everyone, and I hope everyone's doing well and continues to stay doing well.
Nice to see you all.
Okay, good night now.
Come on.
Good night, everybody.
Okay, bye-bye.